The Lord of the Rings, one of the most well-known, famous, and respected film trilogies of all time, winning 17 Oscars and grossing billions of dollars worldwide. But would it really be that famous if it didn't have a Lego game? LEGO The Lord of the Rings released in late October 2012 to coincide with the LEGO sets releasing at the time. This game has 18 levels covering the main story, meaning 6 for each film, and one amazing extra bonus level. Also included are 74 playable characters, including fan favourites like Gandalf, Sam and Aragorn. Middle-earth is the setting for this game's amazing open world, where you can explore from the Shire to Mordor on your own epic adventure. Speaking of adventure, let's talk about the game's levels. The game starts with a Legoized version of the prologue shown in the films. You play as Elendil, Isildur and Elrond, and you fight your way through the plains of Mordor. And you also have your first and only boss battle with Sauron. Personally, I really enjoyed this fight as it introduces you to the Flame of the West sword's mechanics of being able to destroy orange and black objects, and it's much better than Sauron the Necromancer fight in the Hobbit game. Moving on, once you've defeated Sauron, you'll journey up Mount Doom to destroy the ring, fighting orcs along the way. Overall, I really enjoyed this level, so I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. For the next 2 levels, they cover Frodo's escape from the Shire, being the Black Riders and Weathertop. The sneaking techniques were very fun and I enjoyed the Black Riders level very much, but the boss fight against the ring racers Aragorn and the Hobbits was very fun, and the general atmosphere of the dark foggy nights looked very good and fit the levels well for Weathertop and the Black Riders. Overall, I'd probably give these levels a combined score out of 7 out of 10, but they are quite fun, and I would really recommend if you got this game to replay it for these levels. Once you've arrived in Rivendell, you are met with a cutscene of the Council of Elrond. Then you'll start your journey with the Fellowship. As the next 2 levels cover the same part of the adventure, I'll combine them into one. The levels currently being reviewed are the Pass of Caradhras and the Mines of Moria. I think that most people would agree with me when I say I enjoy the Mines of Moria level more, the amazing Gandalf vs the Balrog fight and the amazing Cave Troll fight. The Kraken fight is also pretty fun. After you play this, you'll get the final Fellowship of the Ring level, Amon Hen. The level starts with Frodo sneaking away from Boromir, which goes into Uruk-hai attacking, and Boromir's death and the breaking of the Fellowship. Overall, I really enjoyed the Fellowship of the Ring levels, especially the first and the last, so I'd probably give them an 8 out of 10. Starting the Two Towers film, you'll play as Frodo and Sam in the level Taming Gollum. Overall, this level is not the best, but it achieves what it needs to with the story. Following on from this, the next level is the Dead Marshes, where the Hobbits and Gollum make their way to the Black Gate. In my opinion, this level is better than the previous one, but not by a huge amount. Moving back to Aragorn's part in this story, you play as him with Gimli and Legolas in the level Tracking Hobbits. This is where you're introduced to Treebeard, which is much more important later. This level is not the best, but it's passable. The next 3 levels I consider bangers, they're really fun, so we'll start with the first one being Warg Attack. This is a generally fun combat level having you take down the Wolves of Isengard and arriving at Helm's Deep. On that note, we'll also start talking about the amazing Helm's Deep level, which has you defend the walls from ladder attacks, and then on the ground once the wall is breached you'll be swarmed by Uruk-hai. The level is really fun and it ends with an amazing cavalry charge and Gandalf's arrival. This level is just pure fun and action and I absolutely love it, and if you have this game, go back and play the Helm's Deep level again, it is so much fun. Well, moving back for the final level of the Two Towers, you play as Osgiliath through Faramir, Gollum and Frodo and Sam. This level is good and it's quite fun, but it's not as good as the Helm's Deep, but you do get to play as the Ents storming Orthanc at the end. Personally, I'd give the Two Towers an 8.5 out of 10 for levels, as the last 3 are just really good. So the Return of the King film has 6 levels as usual, and kicks off with the Secret Stairs, a level in which you climb from Minas Morgul up to Shelob. The level pairs well with the next one being Cirith Ungol, where you fight Shelob and then explore the tower for Orc Helmet to disguise yourself in. This pair works well together, but separately aren't so great. The next level you play as Path of the Dead, which sets up one of the next level being my favourite of this whole game, the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. You start riding into the Rohirrim as Eowyn and Merry, which leads into the Witch King boss battle, and once you've done that, you become Legolas, Aragorn and Gimli, and you have to take down some Easterlings and Oliphants. This level is fun combat like Helm's Deep, but just kind of the other way around of the cavalry charge. Finishing the level review, we have the Black Gate, which is just fun troll fighting adventure, which leads you to the end of the game in Mount Doom, where you fight Gollum one last time and cast the ring into the fire, thus ending the story. There is another bonus level where you play as Sauron in the Mouth of Sauron, but we won't go into it here as it's not part of the main story, but I would recommend as you basically run through Middle-earth and destroy things from 1 million studs. Overall, I love the Return of the King levels. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10, so that makes my overall score for the levels another 9 out of 10. Now let's talk about the characters. This game has 74 playable characters, including iconic ones such as Saruman, Gandalf and Aragorn, but also not so iconic ones that aren't even in the film such as Tom Bombadil and Raggadasta Brown. Overall, the character roster is a bit smaller than the Hobbits, but then again, the Hobbits is mostly taken up by the dwarves in different outfits, which I did cover in my video about the Hobbit game. I do really like this roster, and I like it more than the Hobbit, I think, except the Trolls, because it's got the iconic characters in, because like Thorin just can't really compete with like Aragorn or Boromir for me. So this character roster is really good. The Uruk-hai look really good in this character roster. Sauron and the Mouth of Sauron also look really cool. The whole Fellowship's in there. Gollum looks really cool. Just generally, this character roster is really good, and if you like characters from Lord of the Rings who enjoy this roster, the orcs look really good with their shields and armor in this game. Just generally, the only thing that's missing is a cave troll as a playable character, but I can see why they didn't add that. There is also one DLC in this game, but I'm not going to go into it in much depth here, as I don't think you can even buy the DLC anymore. But the DLC had characters like Prince Imrahil and Belagorod from the books. Now let's talk about the open world. Now let's talk about this game's amazing open world. When you load in, you'll spawn in Minas Tirith, but sadly, Minas Tirith is only the top citadel bit, which is a bit of a shame, but I can see why they did it. Then, moving on, you can go to basically any location seen in the film, my personal favourites being Orthanc and Helm's Deep, as they do look the best in the game and they're mostly fully explorable. Mordor is also pretty cool in this game, and you can journey from the Shire to Mordor, which is a pretty cool thing to do. The Mines of Moria is a bit disappointing with not much of the mine itself, but that's understandable for how big this game was for 2012. So overall, the open world is really good. Characters will also be fun in the open world. One of my best experiences of the game is fighting Lurtz and Amon Hen in the open world. So I was just running around as Legolas and I got jumped by him and it was really cool. Another thing that's really good is Lothlorien in this game. It just looks generally really epic in Lothlorien. So that's just a cool location to kind of chill. Fangorn Forest is a cool place to run through. Just generally, the open world of this game is really good. So I definitely recommend. Mithril bricks are also spread around. The blacksmith schematic is the same from the Hobbit game, even though this game is earlier. And Gimli the dwarf is also a reward, which I should have said in the character section for getting on the schematics. A few of the schematics are in the open world, but most in the levels. Same thing with red bricks. Overall, I really love this game. I definitely recommend it to basically any Lord of the Rings fan. Sadly, you do have to have a PS3 or an Xbox 360 now to play it, which is a bit of a shame, but if you have one of those in a cupboard somewhere, I really do recommend playing this. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. go watch my other videos, because that'd be really cool. Goodbye.